My 5'2" daughter put a boy in the hospital, and I've never been prouder. She was walking home from her part-time job at the grocery store when 3 boys from school cornered her in the parking lot. The ringleader was Marcus, a senior who'd been harassing her for months, calling her names, making crude comments about her body. She had told me about him before, but I didn't realize how far it had gone until that night. Marcus grabbed her backpack, dumped it onto the wet pavement, and laughed while her books scattered across the lot. Then he shoved her against a car and told her he wouldn't let her leave until she showed him what she was hiding under those clothes. My daughter is 52, maybe 110 pounds on a good day. Marcus is over 6 feet tall, built like a wrestler. His 2 friends stood nearby, blocking her path and laughing like this was some kind of joke. What they didn't know is that I've been teaching her self-defense since she was 12. After her father and I divorced, I made sure she would never have to rely on anyone else to protect her. When Marcus reached for her shirt, she didn't freeze. She didn't panic. She brought her knee up, hard, right into his groin with everything she had. The sound, she later told me, was like a baseball bat connecting with a melon. He went down instantly, screaming, vomiting, rolling on the asphalt in agony. His friends didn't know what to do. They stopped laughing. They just stared. She picked up her things, calmly called 911, and waited for the ambulance while Marcus curled up in pain, gasping and sobbing. The call I got from the hospital still echoes in my head. Marcus was in surgery. The nurse said my daughter had done real damage. The words used were severe trauma and potential long-term complications. I asked if he was going to be okay. She said, he'll live, but it's going to be a long road. 3 days later, his parents showed up at our door with a lawyer. They were furious, red-faced, screaming about how their star athlete might never be able to have children. They demanded we pay for everything, including future fertility treatments. His father stood in our living room, fists clenched. Your psychotic daughter destroyed my son's life. We're suing you for everything and pressing criminal charges. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I sat them down and played the security footage I'd already collected from the grocery store's parking lot. They watched Marcus dump her belongings, shove her against a car, and reach for her shirt. They watched 2 boys stand back and laugh. Then they watched my daughter defend herself. The lawyer started shifting in his chair. Marcus's mother turned pale, but his father wasn't done. I don't care what that video shows. She could have screamed for help. She didn't have to ruin him. I looked him straight in the eyes and said, your son cornered her with 2 friends, laid hands on her and made threats. She did exactly what I taught her to do. She survived. They still took us to court, spent thousands trying to paint her as violent and dangerous. They talked about Marcus's future, his college offers, his reputation. The trial lasted 1 day. The jury saw the security footage. They read the text messages he'd sent her. They listened to testimony about the harassment, the stalking, the threats. And then they saw the moment a 52 girl defended herself against a predator. The judge didn't hesitate. He dismissed the case, scolded Marcus's family, and told them they were lucky she wasn't filing charges of her own. As we walked out of that courtroom, I turned to Marcus's father and said, the world doesn't need any more of him.